What's up, guys? It's Caleb Allen, and I'm here with Hunter Donaldson on Open Gym Podcast Episode 3. And so today we're just going to jump right into it, starting with the NFL. Hunter, you can take it away.
Jalen Ramsey wants out. Jaguars cornerback Jalen Ramsey requests a trade out of Jacksonville after getting into a heated argument in Week 2 with head coach Doug Marrone. The Jaguars are asking for at least a first-round pick in exchange for the all-pro cornerback. Whichever team signs him also better be ready to give him a pretty big contract.
Yeah.
With Xavier Howard setting the NFL's highest-paid corner. Do you think this incident with Marrone was kind of his excuse to get out of a losing situation? And where do you think he'll go?
So I think this is kind of like the Antonio Brown kind of way of getting out of it. How he it was kind of a good like little strategy that he made. But yeah, I think it was definitely a way to get out of that losing situation. And honestly, it's definitely not the way I would do it. Like, that's just not the classy way to do it. Yeah. But I definitely don't blame him for doing it. Because
no, I don't either.
Yeah,
no.
Jacksonville is god awful this year. And honestly, I don't know where he'll land. Where do you think he'll land?
Completely unbiased. Kansas City is looking like, I know they're the favorites right now.
Yeah.
And we don't really need our first round pick necessarily, just because of the success we have.
Yeah.
So I would say that we would probably be one of the best places for him to go. He did say all he wanted to do was win.
Yeah.
So that kind of helped us a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of like him saying, "Oh, if you trade for me, I'm not gonna re-sign with you" or whatever. I know we just cleared, I think it's $23 to $25 million in cap space right now. Yeah. So I think Kansas City is probably the favorite right now. I mean, but other teams that are interested, the 49ers, which him and Richard Sherman could be pretty good together.
I just don't think that's the winning side.
No, I don't think so either.
Yeah.
The Eagles, I heard, are interested.
I could see that maybe happening.
Yeah, I mean, I think money's kind of a question for them. New England also, I've heard him. Oh
my God.
I've heard them in the news a lot surrounding him and his trade.
If that happens, I
don't think they have the money for it now. I don't know.
They better not.
Yeah, right. Yeah, if they do, then I don't know how.
I'm never watching football again if that's the case.
No, honestly.
No, I agree. I think Chiefs is where he is the best suited spot for him. Yeah. Especially, I mean, that's just going to be such a huge asset to the defensive side of things because we kind of desperately need someone like him.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
On the other side of the ball.
Sure. Yeah, just like Jalen Ramsey, guys like Jalen Ramsey completely open up your defense really because you can put him on guys like DeAndre Hopkins, Julio Jones, and kind of like leave them alone and then double team like elsewhere if you need to. Yeah. Or your linebackers can take more chances filling the gaps and not have to worry about passes across the middle.
Yeah.
And I know we struggle with that a lot, so that would be a huge pickup.
Especially like crossing teams like the Patriots, which is probably the biggest team we're going to have to face this year. In order to get to that next level. Mm-hmm. And I think, like being able to have someone lock up AB in that kind of situation. Yeah, I think that's going to be I mean, it's
people
not
like
gonna,
the Rams.
I don't think that's going to stop teams necessarily, but I think it's a good start to our defense if we pick that up.
Yeah, that would be huge. I mean, he just turned 25.
That's so stupid.
Yeah, that would be. Yeah. We would have a now 24-year-old Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
25-year-old Jalen Ramsey. 28-year-old Tyrann Mathieu. Like.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
They're all just young here. And then another defensive back who did get traded this week, Minkah Fitzpatrick to the Steelers. He asked to be traded out of Miami. He was allowed, we talked about it last week a little bit, he was allowed to search for a trade partner. And Pittsburgh has struggled in the secondary over the last few years.
Yeah.
Kind of bad.
Yeah, really bad.
And so they kind of jumped all over it, really.
Yeah, it's very smart on their part.
And so now with this and the Jalen Ramsey situation, and Jadeveon Clowney also is notable.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Do Do you think the NFL is turning into the NBA where players are teaming up together to win, or do all these kind of like trade requests just make it seem like that?
I definitely it definitely isn't as like noticeable or like apparent that that's what's happening, because in the NBA you see like Kevin Durant going to the Warriors, like that's an obvious like he wants to win a championship.
Even
right
almost
now.
Antonio Brown in New England.
Yeah, but see the difference between something like KD going there and AB going there is that like I don't know necessarily if, I mean, his intent is to win, but I don't think it's as easy for teams to win when their players go to, like to stack on. So I mean, I guess you could say I mean that's kind of, I guess I kind of worded it wrong, but yeah, I guess I think that's kind of what players are starting to do. In a way, I'll change my answer on that one.
Yeah, and then Steve Young said that it's turning. He kind of made it a negative thing, which I didn't really. I disagree. I don't think that they're heading in that direction.
Yeah.
I think in the NBA the players have too much power. In the NFL they don't have nearly enough.
And I think it's just different when you have you only have 5 guys playing on the court for the NBA, and you have I just don't think it's not going to make that dramatic of a turn. For teams,
it would be really hard in the NFL.
Yeah, like to get 11 players on one side of the ball and the other to like a super team.
And
like,
even
that's
if you have
impossible.
one side of the ball, you have a whole other side.
Exactly.
To worry about.
I mean, it's just way harder than the NBA. So I mean, the answer is yes. Like players are definitely going places where they think is best suited to win. Which I mean, I think that's what you're supposed to do.
I mean, that's your ultimate goal, really.
Yeah, exactly. But I don't think it's going to be as a dramatic turn as the NBA. No.
I agree.
Yeah.
And then talking about the Dolphins a little more here, they were outscored 102-10 in the first 2 weeks. But on the bright side for them, they have 5 first-round picks over the next 2 years and 4 second-round picks in the next 2 years now. So do you think what they're doing with this whole tanking situation, do you agree with it? Like, do you think it's good for the team?
I think it's really smart.
I think so too.
I guess if you're gonna attempt to tank, you might as well do it hard.
Yeah, honestly,
and they're doing a
Don't
really
hover
good
in the middle.
Exactly,
that's a big mistake.
Exactly. And if I was a Dolphins fan, I would be pretty pissed right now.
I would too. Or a player. I couldn't.
Yeah. No, yeah. I would be really mad.
I mean, from a player standpoint, it's probably really terrible.
Super aggravating. Yeah. But if you're since I'm not a Dolphins fan and since I'm not from Miami, if I'm just looking at it from a spectator's point of view, like an organizational type of view, definitely really smart idea.
I think so too.
On my part, yeah.
I think from organizational standpoint, from off, I think it's really smart. I think it will work for them. Maybe not win a Super Bowl work.
Yeah, but I don't think. I mean, looking at it, it looks like they're gonna just have this. People think that they're just gonna have this crazy superstar team next year.
No,
it's
you're gonna
have rookies.
Longer.
You're gonna have rookies. And it's gonna be definitely rebuilding.
And you have to. I mean, that's almost assuming that they draft perfect.
Yeah, it's just it's definitely gonna be a process. But I think the process is more worth it than just sitting where they are right now.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm not saying they're not trying, but
they're really not.
Yeah, they definitely are. I don't know. I don't want to say they're just completely not trying, but it really looks like it right now.
Yeah, I mean, I don't understand how you could really be that bad.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Yeah,
awful. Yeah, I think it's a great idea.
I think it's but I don't know. I kind of almost disagree with it just because the way the players would have to feel about something like this.
Yeah, I would be really mad if I was a Dolphins player.
As a player, you they talked about it on Get Up on ESPN, and I was listening to it. And as a player, you grow up and you finally get to where you want to be, and you want to win a championship or even make the play. Something you have goals
or win a game.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, in this case, yeah. Miami, they're kind of. I mean, they're kind of taking that away from people.
Yeah,
for sure.
It's definitely limiting their. It's definitely limiting. I bet they kind of feel like they're not as individually they're not as good Like I
Yeah.
bet they get down on themselves a
Oh
lot.
yeah.
I feel like that would be the biggest thing to look at or like think about is like they're not winning, and usually when you don't win, you tend to criticize yourself more. I know like that from experience, like in sports. Like
Yeah.
like if your team isn't winning, you find any way possible to bring it upon yourself or even others on the team, and it's just nothing really they can do about it. That's the sucky part.
Yeah, really. I mean, they can't trade away everyone. So
It's kind of like if you think about it, like they're gonna start hating their job, and it's like like if you look at a stereotypical person that doesn't like their job, they just go for the money. It's like they go into work, they know the day is going to be crap, they're just trying to get through the day.
Right.
They're not trying to succeed, and I think that's kind of like what we're starting to see is kind of like, I guarantee you, I'm going to be interested to see how the players are towards the middle and end of the season.
Yeah, me too.
It'd be pretty discouraging, honestly.
Yeah, I agree. So moving on here, a lot of injuries this weekend. A few big injuries.
Yeah.
Drew Brees is probably the biggest one, of course.
Yeah.
He underwent right thumb surgery, and he'll be out 6 to 8 weeks.
How old is he?
I think he's 40 years old now.
So I know we had other things planned to talk about that, but like if you're looking at Drew Brees right now, even maybe you can look at it 2 ways. The organization, if you're looking at it from an organizational standpoint or from just Drew Brees' standpoint, like himself, what are you thinking at age 40? You have a thumb injury. You know
on
that,
your
like,
throwing hand.
Yeah, and you know your career is kind of winding down at this point.
Yeah.
I guess you can. I think organizational standpoint would be better. Like if you're like the GM right now for the Saints, what are you kind of looking at this situation with Drew Brees?
I think just with, like, specifically him, I would say, he's been there for so long and done so much, obviously.
Yeah.
That, like, if he wants to come back, you got to let him come back.
Yeah.
But if he struggles, then you have to kind of think. But in this upcoming draft in June, I would definitely consider quarterback. Yeah, for sure.
100%. Yeah.
And, I mean, Teddy Bridgewater, not a terrible backup.
No.
I think he was pretty well in Minnesota.
Mm-hmm.
But now even he's like kind of like older,
Yeah.
I would almost go with with the talent you have around you, a first round quarterback would be able to get the job done, I think.
Especially if they keep Drew Brees for another, I mean, how many years do you think he's got?
I'd
that
say
many.
1 or 2.
Yeah. I mean, if you can get a rookie quarterback, probably knowing that your offense or just like your team, the Saints aren't going to be as good of a team. But even just like having Drew Brees teach that first round quarterback, whoever it is.
Like we saw with Mahomes and Alex Smith.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Kind of teach the youth. And I think that's Drew Brees. That's what he's going to do.
For sure.
Because like you said, he's been around the organization. He cares about the Saints. Very dedicated to that organization. So I think he knows that like teaching experience for like a younger kid coming into it, giving him all the knowledge he has on the game.
Yeah.
I think they'll be good. I mean, they're not going to be good in the next couple of years. But I think they'll definitely, the quarterback standpoint will improve from that.
Yeah. And what do you think that does for them this year? Because, I mean, he will come back eventually. Like, how do you think he'll come back? How far do you think they'll be able to go?
Yeah. Well, first, it's just going to depend on how well Teddy Bridgewater does during the season, how many games he's going to be able to win for them.
Yeah.
Because basically 6 to 8 weeks. I mean, that's getting near playoff time. Like, it's not close, but it's
like right at the end of the season.
Yeah, it's getting pretty close. So I mean, I think it's just because then wherever they go into the playoff, that's going to depend on how many wins they have. They'll probably play a better team if they don't win as many games.
And these games that they have coming up that Drew Brees is going to miss are big.
Yeah.
I mean, they have Seattle this week, Dallas the next week, and then like Tampa Bay, okay, you probably win that one. Jacksonville, you might win that one. I don't know.
Yeah.
The defense is pretty good.
Yeah.
Then you have the Bears, and then you kind of go like Cardinals, okay, and then you have Falcons, who are looking pretty well right now.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a tough road that Teddy Bridgewater is going to have.
I honestly, I think we'll see. I I'm gonna take a guess that he's gonna play really well. Teddy Bridgewater.
Yeah,
I've always kind of liked him.
Oh yeah, me too.
Yeah, and I think we'll be. I mean, I think he's gonna do better than Drew Brees has done. Honestly.
Wow. Really?
Yeah. I honestly I think this is the time for him to shine. Really. I loved just the way he played. How he can move pretty well.
Yeah.
A lot better than Drew Brees.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think this will be kind of like this injury's gonna like shine Teddy Bridgewater.
Yeah.
So like I'm taking a little guess. Thinking
Yeah.
that he's gonna. I think he's gonna play really well.
And even with Drew Brees having a thumb injury, he'll still be there.
Yeah. Exactly.
So like having him to like mentor like in game.
Yeah, that's gonna be really good.
Yeah, it will.
Because he has one of the highest IQs.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Quarterback in the league, probably.
No doubt,
Yeah, easily. Yeah.
But so do you? So if Teddy Bridgewater does play as well as you're saying, would you just let him go? I mean, he is only 27 in November.
Yeah.
So I mean,
would
if he plays that well,
would you let Drew Brees go or Teddy Bridgewater?
No, I'm saying, would you like still draft a quarterback first round, or would you let him ride it out for you?
That's a really good question because I don't see Teddy Bridgewater being.
Because I mean, like short-term success doesn't really equal long-term success.
It's like Patrick Mahomes. We saw. I kind of thought there's just last year. I kind of thought, what if this was a short-term like effect? Like he just played really well last season. This year it's gonna be a fluke. Obviously not.
I mean,
the
I
case.
think a lot of people were thinking that really, just because.
And so I honestly, it's just so. I don't see him as being someone in the coming years to be like that outstanding. I think he'll be a solid quarterback. But I think I would draft a quarterback.
I think
round.
I probably would too.
Yeah, I think it's just
especially this year they had a lot of good quarterbacks.
It's just the safe option. And I mean even if he ends up playing really well, you always have that rookie to trade possibly. For first round quarterback. So yeah, I think it would be smart just to draft that first round quarterback.
Yeah.
Sure.
And I think if you trade up, I mean, like you have so much talent, you could probably get away with letting a little bit of it go.
Yeah.
If you want to move up and get a guy like Justin Herbert, or, I mean, I don't think Tua, that you probably have to move up too high to get Tua.
Yeah.
But I mean, guy like Justin Herbert, kind of like Drew Brees 2.0, if Drew Brees was able to mentor him.
Yeah.
And then Ben Roethlisberger also out for the year with an elbow injury.
I think he's done.
I think he's done also.
How old is he too?
I think he's kind of like 38 or 39.
He's old.
But he's kind of already showed flashes of like.
He just does not look the same at all.
No, not
honestly.
Really.
I mean, I've never. I thought he was gonna be done like 4 years ago.
I did too. I really did.
He just does not look like he is a football player. He looks like he should be on his couch watching football.
Yeah, really.
Honestly.
He really does.
Yeah, he doesn't look in shape. Doesn't. Yeah.
And I think the talent around him over the last few years, like Antonio Brown, Juju, Le'Veon Bell, James Conner played well last year.
Yeah.
I think they kind of helped him keep his career like going a little bit. I mean, he led the league in interceptions last year with 17, but he also had 5,000 yards and 36 touchdowns. So I think when you have guys like Antonio Brown and Juju to throw to, they're obviously going to help you. They're going to score their touchdowns and get their yards, But without guys like Antonio Brown and James Conner is not playing well right now at all.
I just having Juju and AB at one point and you can't go anywhere.
Yeah.
With that, I think that really shows. I know AB was like a hassle, but I honestly think that they were.
I mean,
but I think they were still. I think they were on good terms when. I mean, I think
or good enough.
Good enough.
Like, he still played really well.
Like just looking back, he had the assets to do something. And he knows that. Like how many years he's been in the league, he knows that. Like he definitely had an opportunity that he missed out on.
Mike Tomlin too.
Yeah.
I mean, we consider him like one of the best coaches in football, and he's also had one of the best teams, but they've done nothing really.
Exactly. Yeah, I think he's done.
I think he's done.
If I'm the Steelers, I'm letting him go.
You're letting him go?
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd let him go.
I would.
I mean, I'd probably keep him around just because he's been like that guy for so long.
Yeah.
But Yeah, I think he's about done too. I don't think there's a lot left. I
think
don't even
I
think
think
there's a lot left after this year anyways.
I think he knows he's about done too.
Yeah, I mean,
honestly.
like, and then you have, like, instances where he throws 5 interceptions in one game, either, like, 1 or 2 years ago. I don't remember. And he, like, literally told the media after the game that he was thinking about retiring. You know, like, but he seemed pretty motivated to come back from this.
I'll be interested to see in the next coming years.
Yeah, me too. Which takes us into another quarterback injury, Cam Newton.
Yeah.
Out this Sunday. I don't know. Will he? I mean, he's injury prone at this point, obviously.
No, yeah. He
probably was injury prone before this injury.
This is probably the wrong word, but he's soft.
Yeah, I mean,
honestly.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, I'm not saying like soft like he can't take a hit. I'm talking about just like it's just his body's soft. Like if he gets hit, he's gonna get hurt.
Yeah, which is crazy because he's like actually like huge.
Yeah, I predicted the first podcast. I thought this was gonna be the year for Cam Newton. Honestly, I don't.
Kind of just the same thing we've seen in previous years. He gets hurt. Doesn't.
It's
play
really
well.
really annoying. Knowing that he has so much talent. It's honestly looking like Derrick Rose, like how
really.
he first got hurt and now
won an MVP.
Yeah, and now he's never gonna be the same.
Yeah, and
really sucks.
And the question I put on here was, do you blame the Panthers for never really like trying to help him, like offensive line wise, like, or even like changing up his play style a little bit? To not take as many hits.
Play style would be I think play style would be something as the Panthers.
I don't think they've really tried to build him an offensive line either.
No,
ever.
No.
They kind of just let him
do whatever the heck he
year.
wants.
Yeah.
You get hit, just go take another hit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
like
I think kind of that part of that is Ron Rivera also.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Who's pretty highly thought of, as he should. I mean, I guess he should be.
Yeah.
I mean, he kind of took a team that looked average and took him to the Super Bowl almost. So yeah, I don't really know like who's to blame, but that's just really upsetting. Like, I'm kind of a big Cam Newton fan.
I was before, like,
yeah.
I mean, he started not playing football.
Yeah.
So he started getting hurt. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know, and Cam Newton kind of takes us right into our next little subject here. Quarterbacks getting hit. You know, we see it with Deshaun Watson. He got sacked 91 times in 25 games throughout his first 2 years, which is way too many. He's been sacked 10 times already this year, which is 5 a game, which would also put him on pace to get sacked 80 times this year. And then Carson Wentz is kind of the same. Watching Sunday's game against Atlanta, he took a beating, really. It was pretty bad. But I think those are guys who just hold on to the ball too long. Yeah. They try to
good play style.
They're like constantly trying to make something out of nothing, and it really hurts them a lot. So I mean, I don't know, just kind of concerning for their careers. Yeah, because there's like really all great players.
Yeah, just football in general. I think that's something needs to be looked into. I think it's probably more looking into O-lines. I've always wondered if there was like another strategy to protect quarterbacks. Yeah. Like just something that's like more innovative than like straight line.
Yeah, right.
I don't know. I've always just kind of thought, I wonder if there was like a different idea out there that could
like
be
a different like formation.
Yeah. I don't know. I've always kind of thought like so they don't get hit. But
yeah, right.
I don't know. It's just a thought.
So that we're gonna move on to big Sunday performances. We had some big ones this week.
Yeah, big ones.
Dalvin Cook's the first one that I want to talk about because he went for 150 and a touchdown.
Yeah.
I think we're seeing a healthy Dalvin Cook right now. Yeah. Which is obviously like ridiculous. Yeah. He's playing like one of the best running backs in the league.
About time.
Yeah, really. It really is. Do you think he can continue it? Like, do you think he can continue being healthy and this play?
Yeah, I don't know if his play is going to be up to that much every single week.
Oh, yeah.
But I think he'll stay healthy.
I think so, too. I think he's finally got it down, really.
Yeah, I think he'll have a good season.
Yeah, I think so, too. I've kind of always liked him.
I've always kind of been like, I mean, I can't say I've been like a fan, but like.
No, yeah.
I've never disliked him.
No, me neither. And then, of course, Patrick Mahomes. Probably going to talk about him almost every week.
Yeah, of course.
443 yards and 4 touchdowns. All 4 of those touchdowns were in one quarter.
Yeah, that first quarter was like I was a little worried.
Yeah, me too. He really looked off. Like I thought
he was overthrowing everything.
Yeah, I thought, oh, this is gonna be an off game for him. And then the second quarter comes around and it's like
Andy Reid chewed him up in the locker room after probably, and then
probably
second quarter. Yeah.
I mean, it was just like a huge turnaround. I was impressed.
Yeah, I really was. Seeing like I mean, I think what's going to be really cool to watch Patrick Mahomes do is like you're seeing where like one quarter, 283 yards, 4 TDs.
Yeah.
Like just imagine when
if he could put together like 2 of those in one game or something.
Exactly. Like where he's going to be more consistent throughout all 4 quarters. And I think that's just going to come from playing football in the NFL.
Right.
So I'm going to be really interested to see. Like,
and that kind of worried me this week.
Yeah.
Because we went flat in the second half.
Exactly. Yeah.
So
how easy it is just for us to not do anything.
But I also want to talk about your prediction. It was 35-10. You said I think the Raiders are just going to score 10 points, and they did.
Yeah.
That was kind of spot on.
Yeah.
So props for that one.
What was the Chiefs' score?
28.
28.
28-10. So you were a touchdown off.
That was close.
Yeah. So props for that.
I totally forgot that. I can't remember that. I forgot.
Oh, and J.J. Watt didn't even have a sack this week, so
yeah,
that was kind of rough.
Blessing.
I mean, it's kind of rough. For my prediction of 3, I figured like playing like a rookie quarterback, he'd kind of struggle, but
nope.
Yeah, not at all. And then of course Patrick Mahomes, kind of proving that he can make people better around him with DeMarcus Robinson. Well, week 1 it was Sammy Watkins.
Yeah.
Who was already great, but he just made him look like the best receiver in the league.
Yeah.
And then DeMarcus Robinson this week had 6 receptions, 172 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
So I think Mahomes is kind of just proving everybody wrong at this point so far.
As a Chiefs fan, I'm okay with that.
Oh, yeah, for sure. No doubt. And then Lamar Jackson's also proving everybody wrong, too. He went for 272 passing yards, 2 passing touchdowns. Huh.
Wait. I just got word Patriots released Antonio Brown. Is that true?
Oh, really? Did they?
Yeah, one second, guys. I just got it. Yes, Patriots have released Antonio Brown. What?
Wow.
Oh my God.
Did they really? That's crazy.
That's so ridiculous. Like, I'm telling you. So whenever we type this, or like whenever we talk about this stuff on the podcast, it's like literally within hours or even minutes of us ending it, something happens.
Yeah, it's Antonio Brown news almost every time. Yeah, I see it too now. That's crazy. I gave him 6 weeks in New England at like maybe. It was like,
why do you think?
Why do you think it has to be the sexual assault and rape allegations?
I
mean, that was kind of like, what is it? I don't know the saying. The icing on the cake.
Yeah.
I think that was kind of, wow. Well,
Jesus.
Do you think he gets signed anywhere else?
Honestly, no. And
I think he'll be out for a little bit.
He's on my fantasy.
Yeah, me too, honestly. I think he'll be out for a little bit for right now, until all this stuff around him gets figured out.
I'm a little mad now.
Ever since the sexual assault and rape allegations came out, like there's been a bunch of stuff that's come out about it.
That makes a better chance for the Chiefs now.
Yeah, that's great.
That's a great way to
look
look
at it. I love that news. Yeah. And especially if we can get Jalen Ramsey now.
Yeah.
I think that would put us over them.
Man, that's crazy. All right. Anyway. Sorry, that was like breaking news.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
We said Lamar Jackson had a great week.
120 rushing yards and 270.
Yeah, I think that's the Lamar Jackson I've been looking for.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And then Odell Beckham Jr. I loved his. It's so entertaining to watch. That one-handed grab was.
Yeah, that was insane.
Sick.
Yeah, I thought it was.
That was so dirty. And he wore that. I don't know if you guys saw it. He wore another watch this week. The one he wore was it was worth like $2 million.
Yeah.
And there's only 10 made in the world.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, he wore it on his wrist during a football game. It's so stupid. Anyway, and then what was the next thing we had?
Just some quick
Yeah, you can go over that.
Ezekiel Elliott went for 111 yards.
Yeah.
Saquon Barkley went for 107. Those are kind of expected.
Yeah.
Matt Breida went for 121. That's not really expected.
Yeah, no.
I think he averaged like 12 yards a carry this week.
Yeah.
Chris Godwin, wide receiver from Tampa Bay, went for 120 yards. Kenny Golladay, 117. Mark Andrews, tight end for Baltimore, had another a great week again with 112 yards. And then John Ross had another great week.
Yeah.
Do you think John Ross kind of like people considered him a little bit of a bust for a while?
Yeah.
But this year it's kind of like he's doing what everybody expects him to do from the get-go.
I think he's still kind of a bust, in my opinion.
I think so too. And this goes for Lamar Jackson too. They haven't played anybody.
Yeah.
I mean, you play the Dolphins, who we've talked about, enough to understand why that's a nobody.
Mm-hmm.
And then you played the Arizona Cardinals, who don't even have Patrick Peterson for the first 4 weeks.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and then even this week against Kansas City, that's not like a tough matchup for him at all, really.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think it just a little bit of who they've been playing kind of goes into it, but I guess until they prove that they can't do it, then you kind of have to just keep thinking like that. But Eli Manning getting benched for Daniel Jones.
I was so glad to see this.
I think they should have done it right after they drafted Daniel Jones.
They should have done it a long time ago.
Yeah, really.
Honestly.
I mean, they gave him a couple more years a while ago.
I don't really have anything against Eli at all.
No.
I just didn't like him as a player.
Really? Why?
Man, he's just funny looking. I don't know. I don't know. I actually just did not enjoy watching him as a football player.
Yeah, I thought not really overrated, but
living in his brother's shadow.
Yeah, I mean that's definitely true.
Yeah.
I don't think that he was as great as people say he was. I mean, I know he beat Tom Brady twice, which is, I mean, but you also have to look at how great the defenses were that he had. So I guess this is a good question. Do you think he's a Hall of Famer?
Man, that's tough. Honestly, I feel like he is going to be.
I think so too.
I personally, if I had to choose, I would not.
I probably would.
But I think he will. Yeah.
I just say I think he will just because, well, there's worse people in the Hall of Fame than him already.
That is true. That's
I mean, true. Like we mentioned, beat Tom Brady twice.
Mm-hmm.
One of them, they were about to go undefeated, made a complete upset in the Super Bowl. But kind of just the Hall of Fame, I think it takes into account more than just your play on the field. And I think Eli Manning did a lot off the field. I think he's a Walter Payton Man of the Year,
Yeah.
So, I mean, stuff like that on your resume definitely probably gets you some brownie points, I guess you could say. So week 3 picks. Currently, I'm 21-11 this year.
Oh, whatever. I'm 18-14. All right, so we can do week 3 picks now?
Yeah.
All right. So, first one, I think it's a no-brainer. Dolphins, Cowboys.
Cowboys by 35.
Yeah, I could see that. They're gonna get destroyed. So both Cowboys will pick Bengals and Bills.
I'm gonna go with the Bills at home. The Bengals kind of struggle.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Bills too on that one, just because home field advantage. Bengals honestly have been struggling this season.
Yeah.
So I think Bills. Lions, Eagles.
Eagles.
Yeah.
Again,
Lions.
Home field advantage.
And then another no-brainer: Patriots, Jets.
Patriots. Jeez.
Be a close one.
Yeah.
Falcons and Colts.
Okay, this one's a little close. I'll go Falcons though.
I'm gonna go Colts on this one.
Matt Ryan has struggled, but I think they'll still play well.
Yeah,
he's struggled and played really well at the same time.
Yeah, that's always annoying to watch.
Yeah, I don't understand. I mean, I don't know.
I'm gonna go. I'll go Colts on that one. So you chose Falcons, right?
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
First dispute.
Right.
Vikings, Raiders.
Vikings, kind of no doubt, really.
Yeah,
again,
Vikings have been playing really well.
Yeah, they have. I've been really impressed.
I've loved watching them. Chiefs, Ravens. This is gonna be such a good game.
I think it's gonna be a great game.
I think this is gonna be.
We said it last week. I'll never pick against the Chiefs.
No, I won't either. But I think this is gonna be Patrick Mahomes' first true test
this year
to play against a defense like the Ravens. Yeah, I think that this is gonna be a good game.
Yeah, like Earl Thomas.
Yep.
I mean, they have playmakers.
Yeah.
At home though, that really helps a lot.
Oh yeah.
First home game of the year, Arrowhead's gonna go crazy.
What was the thing that they're doing where it's they're doing some theme?
Oh, we redid the Municipal Stadium when we won the Super Bowl.
Yep.
Yeah. I think it was really nice. I like the field. It was really nice.
I'm gonna first home game. It's gonna be nuts.
Yeah. No.
Redskins Bears.
Bears.
Oh, I'm gonna go Redskins. I honestly Redskins this year, especially that first game. I was really impressed. I did not think they were gonna be. I mean, they're still not very good. But I was impressed how they played. So I
don't trust Case Keenum against a defense like that at all. Really.
Bears defense will be really tough, but
yeah,
I'm just gonna take a guess on this one.
I mean, yeah, there's upsets happen all the time. So.
Packers Broncos.
I'm gonna go with Denver.
Really?
Yeah,
I think you did that too another week.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with the Packers. But
I just think Von Miller and Bradley Chubb are gonna get to Aaron Rodgers a little too much.
Yeah. I think that'll be a good game too.
In Lambeau though, that's kind of tough.
Yeah. So next one, Panthers and Cardinals.
Cardinals. Yeah, for sure.
With everything going on, Panthers.
Yeah, Cam Newton's not playing.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Giants and Buccaneers. I think this will be an interesting game.
I'm gonna say
game to watch.
I'm gonna say Buccaneers. Just because they have so many weapons and the Giants' defense has looked really bad.
I'm gonna say Giants because the new quarterback.
I think Daniel Jones could play well.
I think he's gonna play well. I'm just saying it just to go against you, but I don't know if they'll win.
It's really kind of a toss-up with how they've both played.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Giants though. Saints and Seahawks.
Oh, this is a tough one.
Out.
Yeah,
That's
a tough matchup.
I'm gonna go Seahawks.
The only reason I would go Seahawks is because they're at home.
That's why I chose it.
I think I'm gonna go with New Orleans.
Right.
I think they have playmakers for Teddy Bridgewater to manage.
Yeah. Texans Chargers. I honestly haven't watched very closely with these two teams, if I'm being honest.
I'm gonna go Houston just because the Chargers looked terrible last week against Detroit.
I'll go. Like I said, I don't know much about the two teams. I haven't watched them that much. I'm just gonna go Chargers just to go against you.
Okay.
Steelers 49ers. That's tough. Just
without Ben Roethlisberger.
Yeah. Who's their backup?
Mason Rudolph. I mean, he's not terrible.
I'm gonna go Steelers.
I'm gonna go 49ers.
Okay. And then Rams Browns.
Rams.
I'm gonna take the Browns.
Okay. I think that's probably one of the best games this week.
Yeah.
That and then Ravens and Chiefs for sure.
Those two games are gonna be really fun to watch.
Yeah.
So that was it for the NFL section, guys.
Mm-hmm.
This is my favorite part, the basketball side of things.
Yeah, I like it too.
So the first thing I guess we'll start off with is Stephen Curry. He did an interview talking about the 2020 Olympics, and he said it's definitely something he wants to do. Damian Lillard also said he's going to participate in the Olympics. So the question is, will or should this reverse the trend of superstars not playing for Team USA? I think was this last week we talked about this?
I think it was episode 1.
Yeah, we talked a little bit about how they weren't superstars aren't tending to play in the Olympics. One, because they just don't want to, and two, because they just don't want to get hurt. We talked about that whole Paul George.
Yeah, right.
That whole thing. So do you think this is gonna kind of bring the trend back, or do you think this is kind of gonna be in my opinion, I think it's gonna be more. We'll see maybe a little trickle effect where I think we'll see a little bit of it happening. I don't think it's gonna be like everyone's gonna come back. I don't think it's gonna be the case at all.
I don't think it'll reverse the trend.
Yeah.
Just because I don't know. I don't really like superstars not wanting to play in this year was the qualifiers. And we were 7th, which means we almost didn't make it.
Yeah.
So then you have people the young team that we had this year with no superstars really at all except Kemba Walker.
Yeah.
Really. they barely make it for you, and then all of a sudden you want to jump in and play in the Olympics. I think if you're gonna represent your country, you should just like do it consistently. Because then I don't know. I just have a problem with like joining in all of a sudden because you qualified.
Yeah, that is a little alarming.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was do you think that's the case on why they jumped in?
No, I don't think that's why.
The
Olympics just means more, really.
But that definitely is annoying if you're coming from the players that qualified.
Yeah, exactly.
Having superstars taking their spot. Yeah,
because that's roster spots that are going to be taken.
Yeah, and that
after
is
they did the work to get there.
Exactly.
I don't know.
So yeah, that definitely is something that's going to be interesting to see over the next couple of years. Like kind of see if that takes over or not. And then, so the All Decades teams, that came up for Sports Illustrated, is that right?
Yeah, again, Sports Illustrated has been putting out a lot of good content recently.
Whenever I used to have Sports Illustrated magazines when I was younger.
I did too.
Yeah,
I think I had it for a year or two.
Yeah. And so their first team is consisted of Steph Curry, James Harden, Kawhi Leonard, LeBron James, and Kevin Durant. I think it's a pretty decent team.
Yeah, I would agree with everything except I would take Russell Westbrook over James Harden.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, one thing, are you excited to watch
the same
them
amount. Oh yeah, no doubt.
That's gonna be.
I'm gonna have fun watching them all the time. They have the same amount of accolades, but Russell Westbrook's broken a lot of records, and I know James Harden with his scoring did this year.
Yeah.
But Russell Westbrook has done it 3 years in a row now.
Yeah.
He's almost made triple doubles normal in the NBA.
Yeah, I can see where you kind of take him over.
Went to the finals. James Harden did too, I guess, but it was a main reason he went to the finals.
No, I know what you mean.
I don't know. They kind of just almost their careers so far have been like perfectly equivalent. Like they both kind of choke in the playoffs. They've both been to one finals on the same team, of course.
I just don't. So this is my kind of you're gonna hate me for saying this. So this is kind of the thing I've noticed, or like I said this like I think it was 4 years ago. I had made this mention. I said like any team Russell Westbrook is with, I don't think they're gonna make the finals. I really don't.
But they did.
I don't think they're gonna win a finals.
You think they're gonna win a championship?
Yeah, I honestly, there's just something about it. I don't know.
I mean, I can understand. For some reason, I can understand, but not understand at the same time.
Yeah.
And
it's kind of what I'm saying.
So that's kind of what it's been. Like he's had good enough teams.
Yeah.
And they've never really gotten there.
So I wonder, James Harden not winning a championship yet. Same with Russell. Wonder putting them two back together. Wonder if that's gonna go well.
Yeah.
I think it could go well.
I think it could too.
Yeah. I think it'll be fun to watch for sure.
Definitely an offensive team though.
Yeah.
That's not a lot of defense. Really.
No. And then the second team came out. We just talked about Russell Westbrook's their one.
Yeah.
Chris Paul, hate that pick.
Yeah.
Anthony Davis, Tim Duncan, love that pick. Draymond Green, that was also very.
Draymond Green's laughable.
Yeah, no,
he is not.
The Chris Paul and Draymond Green, not a huge fan. I would put Blake Griffin in front of Draymond.
Oh, no doubt.
Or Jan. Yeah, Jan.
I would almost. I don't know. I mean, with Draymond Green, you are assuming that he's 10th out of these 10 people, which he is. No.
Oh, and sorry, I forgot to mention this is from 2010.
Yeah, so this is 2010.
I didn't mention that.
To 2020.
Yeah, so this isn't like it's not like we're not including Michael Jordan.
Yeah, right. It's not like prime Tim Duncan or Kobe Bryant.
Yeah.
This is a little like later in their careers, but. You're telling me Draymond Green is a top 10 player in the last 10 years?
No.
Not even close. No.
I would put Dirk, too, in front of him, honestly.
I would take Giannis Antetokounmpo right now over Draymond Green, and he's only been good for like 2 years of this decade.
Yeah. And then the third team was Kobe Bryant, Dwayne Wade. I would honestly put Dwayne Wade up there, too.
But I would take Dwayne Wade over Chris Paul.
Giannis, Blake, and Dirk. That was the third team. So there's obviously... a little bit of tweaking that could go in.
Who's missing? Who can you think of that's missing?
That's a good question. I think
kind of just like, even if it's like debatable, really just throw some names out there.
There's one player. No, can't add. I was gonna say Lucas, but he's not. He hasn't even done anything that much. Trying to really think. I mean, you could throw. No, I would honestly take Lonzo over Chris Paul any day.
Oh, I don't know about it. For the this is a whole decade.
I know. You told me to throw someone in there.
No.
But
I mean, like 2020, yeah, for sure, probably.
I really don't know. I think
I don't know. Dwight Howard. I think that would be a good. He was like ridiculous early
Orlando.
in the 2010s. Yeah. I mean, I would take him over Dray. I would almost switch him and Draymond like completely.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I think he's good enough, or was good enough to be second team. What, 3 defensive player of the years, right? I think.
Yeah. That would be a tough choice.
Yeah,
Draymond.
yeah. It really would.
I don't believe Draymond should be second.
I don't think Draymond should even be on here.
Yeah, it's hard.
He's not a top.
I agree with that too, but I just don't know who you'd put in place because I don't know if I'd take Dwight Howard over him. I don't know. That'd be tough. Yeah,
I think I would.
I would have to look on at the 2010 stats. I kind of forgot.
Yeah.
When that kind of burst.
I mean, I just think, like, when you think about it, this is considering Draymond Green a top 15 player in the last 10 years.
Yeah.
And like, I just really struggle with that because like. He's been like a big part of the team, but he's also like gotten carried.
Yeah.
He has like one defensive player of the year. I don't know. I don't think top 15 in the last 10 years.
I can see where the debate is for sure, but I just don't know who I'd put in front. Because I don't know if I'd put Dwight. Who else would you say?
Oh, that's tough. I would honestly have to like look it up.
That's the problem. You here look that up, and then I'll once you're done, I'll move on to the next segment here. The NBA's new tampering policy. The NBA Board of Governors passes stricter measurements to punish tampering and salary cap. What is that word? Circumvision. What is that? Financial benefits to players or the representatives.
Yeah.
Why does tampering even exist?
I don't know. I don't think it should at all.
I don't either.
I think people should be able to talk to whoever they want.
Exactly. Yeah.
And like, I
it's stupid.
I really think it's stupid too.
I think it's dumb.
I found a couple people, I guess. I mean,
throw it at us.
Almost Anthony Davis, like.
Oh no! Oh, that's a really good one. 80. I'd put 80 in front of Draymond.
I would
any
too,
day.
no doubt.
That's a good one. I totally forgot about 80.
Dwight Howard is on here, the one that I'm looking at, this list.
I would put 80 over Dwight.
Yeah, I probably would too.
Yeah. No, 80's on the list though. He's second team.
Oh, he is. I didn't even see that.
Shoot.
Oh my gosh. I don't know. I just.
Anyway, Dwight. I don't know. I'd have to go back and look at the stats.
I mean, I can look at him real quick, but.
Okay, well, if you want to look that up, you can. I'm gonna move on to the banning the headbands.
Oh, well, we gotta. Why do you think tampering exists? Hold on, I just want. Yeah, just a little bit more.
Okay,
I mean,
I honestly don't know.
I don't either. I mean,
it doesn't make sense.
You should be able to talk to whoever you want to. Like,
yeah.
It's kind of your fault if you lose a certain player. I think people should be able to go play with whoever they want to.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing really stopping them. And so, I mean, at this point with tampering, you're kind of just denying people like getting together. Really, I mean, I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know why it exists.
I think it's just really dumb.
It doesn't make sense to me. There's probably more into it that we don't know.
Yeah,
but yeah,
I'm sure there is.
I don't agree with it.
No, me neither.
But yeah, like I was talking about, the the ninja headbands are being banned. I don't know if you guys know about this, but it's like when you have a headband, there's one that you just put over your head and it wraps around your whole head.
And you tie it at the end.
Yeah, but the ninja ones are the ones that you like have to push behind your ears. And you have to personally tie it yourself. Those were banned. I don't know. What do you think about that? Because I honestly I personally wear it like if I mow. Or if I play tennis with one. So like I enjoy them. I don't know why. What are your thoughts on it being banned?
I just don't see the problem with it really.
Yeah.
Like I don't know why it needs to be banned.
It's kind of like the whole watch situation with OBJ and the NFL.
Yeah.
Like I don't see the big.
I don't really either. I don't like what could it do to I can't physically hurt anybody really.
Yeah. I mean. I guess it would have to be do something about, so like when you tie it, there's more that hangs behind your head.
Yeah, I guess. I mean,
that would be the only concern, and I don't even know why it would be a concern.
No, I don't really either.
I mean, maybe I just think it's like a fashion statement, honestly.
I think that's why it's being banned, because the NBA kind of sees it as like, I don't want to say like ghetto, but like
kind of like the whole bandana. Oh shoot, my bad. the whole bandana. So, like if you think about like, I mean, I'm not like stereotyping anyone.
Yeah,
but, like,
right.
I'm just saying like if you like, I'm wondering if they're looking at it as like people who are like
Allen Iverson, with like his tattoos and his arm sleeves and all that.
Like those bandanas you see like where it's like blue or red and like like those kind of things. I wonder if they're kind of taking it somewhat like gang related.
Yeah,
in a way.
Yeah. So it has to be something like that. There's kind of like a political reason why it's being banned.
Yeah,
because there's not really other good reason for it to be banned.
Yeah, I don't really get it either. It's another thing I just don't.
And
get.
It didn't even last very long, really.
D'Angelo Russell started it. Is that right? I mean, I'm sure other players wore it, but D'Angelo Russell I think brought the trend.
I think maybe, yeah.
But I'm sure other players wore it. But D'Angelo Russell was kind of the first person I noticed that was wearing it in the NBA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I have no idea. But
it's stupid.
What do you think about the Warriors going? They're saying they're gonna go for Giannis.
It's not gonna happen.
No, it's not gonna happen at all. Giannis will never leave the Milwaukee Bucks.
He's so dedicated to that.
Yeah.
To them, and it's just a snake move. It's just a snake move at that point.
Yeah, that would.
And
be
even
like,
if he moved, I don't think they'd win a championship.
I don't know about that. I think it would be KD 2.0 pretty much.
I could see him moving kind of in the role of Draymond, except more versatile.
I think he would almost fit better than KD just because.
Yeah,
I mean, like
it lets Steph control the offense more,
and he could still shoot. Like KD took like outside shots away from Steph.
Like I just said, I think he would be like a more versatile Draymond,
while still having like Draymond and Steph, and Klay Thompson and D'Angelo Russell.
Yeah.
You would almost put him at the 5 and just completely stretch the floor.
That's what I was saying.
That's scary. Like there's nobody's stopping that.
Yeah, but I don't think it'll happen. He's too dedicated. I think he knows what their possibilities are with the Bucks. He knows that like it's just a process, and I think those are the players that I love seeing. Because I understand the whole situation with like you want to go win a championship.
Like Dirk.
Yeah, exactly. Like
he stayed loyal and then
he won a championship.
Upset one of the best teams we've ever seen.
Yeah, and while still giving back to the community that he didn't leave ever. So yeah, I think there's just no way he's gonna.
I think he's one of those people. You get those people like once every like generation. I guess
it's a special thing for sure. Yeah.
I mean, you look at like Kobe, Dirk, Tim Duncan, Giannis. I mean, then you put Giannis right in there. I don't think he's ever leaving Milwaukee. For any reason.
No.
Like they were better than Golden State this last year. He won MVP. There's just absolutely no reason for him to go anywhere, especially Golden State. You know? I think he could win a championship or multiple on his own eventually. I mean, I'm not saying it's going to be like next year or anything, but I don't know. I just think that's kind of just dumb. And Milwaukee even said they're not worried about it at all. They said they could care less, really. Which they should not care at all.
Yeah.
So, that concludes episode 3. I think we're going to start moving them to Tuesdays now.
Yeah, because it's awkward with the NFL.
We kind of like
miss Thursday night football.
Yeah, we don't really give a prediction for Thursday night football.
Yeah.
I don't know. We just kind of... We're like talking about a week that already happened as the new one is starting.
It's a little awkward.
Yeah, it kind of is. I think Tuesdays are kind of perfect, really, for everything. It's right in the middle of both weeks, so it all just kind of flows better and makes sense. We'll see you guys next Tuesday instead of Friday. Hope you guys listen. And, that's it.